Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee. And I'm having it in my beautiful Sun Glory mug. These were always a fun thing I did as a child, a young girl, and my grandmother, who always supported my efforts, used to have me make them for her. And in fact, I got to do one on a milk can that she had painted and wanted decorated. So supporting one another's efforts is huge and somewhat what our message is about this morning. And first, I want to announce that I will be live on my YouTube channel New Year's Eve at 4 p.m. Mountain Time to do individual readings, free readings, and a 2024 channeled energy forecast. I don't love the word forecast or predictions, but they're going to give us some insight as to what we can expect from the energies moving forward in 2024 and kind of as a societal world, what we're going to be seeing. Who is here? I thought this was not going to be channeled, but they're coming in with a headache, which is not something I have. So I do know um, that it is a presence coming through. Really? Okay. It's Archangel Michael. And my really was that's you are presenting with a headache because that's how it came when I first started channeling Michael. But they said, yeah, because I wanted to get your attention because I didn't step forward earlier and you thought you were doing this on your own, so to speak, because I'm never on my own, nor are you, always with our guides, angels, and companions. So, without further ado, Archangel Michael will help us decipher these cards this morning. The theme, the overall arching message today is the Hanged Man. These are very light cards. These are the Heimdall Tarot, but a beautiful card. You'll see the rainbow and the ravens over here. There's meanings to that. The ravens are thought and memory. And then the rainbow has to do with all our energetic chakras, which we definitely want to pay attention to and keep in order. Mm. I got a new little espresso machine for Christmas from my daughters. And so I've been enjoying, I love good, strong coffee, and that makes it even better. So I'm enjoying that. The Hanged Man. Oftentimes we look at that kind of as in a waiting place, a holding place, but you're not holding now. You have been, we, the light workers, have been kind of in a what's felt like a holding place. Not a lot's been going on. Things aren't happening the way we thought they might. And so we tend to get pretty uh, discouraged and impatient with that. Uh, I got the message early on, well, starting in July last year when things just weren't working the way I had planned, and it continued on. And so finally the message that I kept getting was just be right now, quit trying to do. And so I have been in that being place. And I got to tell you, interestingly enough, I did a talk last night in a group on plant medicine and the journeys, the different journeys with psilocybin and ayahuasca, and just what the purpose is really, which is healing, and how those psychedelics are brain healing, and they open us to a different realm. Anyway, as we were visiting, the woman that hosted the meeting in this, it's a group called Radical Connections, which is women connecting with women and supporting one another. It's a local group, but it is also online. So if you're looking for connection and tribe, that is a place to find it. But, and I will post that link in the comments if you're interested in checking out Radical Connection. But I digress. So we were talking about the journeys, and all of a sudden, I had mentioned to her, I believe, earlier that this Christmas season for me has been the most wonderful Christmas season I think I've ever had. I There was no down, no heaviness, no panic, no not enoughness. Now, not enough came up. Um, but it didn't really come up about me and my family and the holiday, what I couldn't do, what have been past. And, I don't remember having an easy feeling around the holidays as a child. Now, we didn't have horrible holidays, but there was always a heaviness in me. Well, some of you that watch me know that one of the things that I released with the profound ayahuasca journey I had in June was I was made aware of the container for grief for women that I had come in as, and I had agreed to be that container. And during the ayahuasca ceremony, I was releasing mounds of grief. Grief has come up again in an additional journey. But again, our stuff doesn't all go in at once. It is not all going to come out at once. But the whole point of this part of the conversation was to say that I do believe that all that has gone on, that is just, I mean, have felt kind of like a rag doll at times since June. And like I said, things not working out, me continually trying and putting the effort in, and things just not working out. So I've kind of felt like this rag doll that has just been shaken up, as many of us light workers have. But from the week before Thanksgiving, when I just was compelled to decorate my front porch, never in my lifetime have I done anything that early. And it wasn't because I needed a celebration or I needed, like the old Auntie Mame movie, I need a little Christmas right this very minute. It was the need to create and the need to get that energy flow going. And I did several different aspects of that through the season, and I'm continuing on. So I do believe that this ease is part of what those plant medicine journeys brought me, as well as my own continual willingness to work on myself. So the other aspect of Hangman, besides the waiting place, is independence. And even though we're prompted, especially light workers, to connect with one another, it is important for us to understand that our work is our work, our own work. No one else can do it for you. And so that is one of the things you want to embrace. It's like, okay, what is here for me to do now at this very time? So the first card that came up to support that was focus and then act. What is it that you need to work on? I had a pocket coaching from one of the coaches I work with this morning that, what have you been avoiding in 2023? And can you leave that behind? And for me, it was endeavoring and actually endeavoring instead of starting with the I don't know how to do this, but I need to learn it, so I'm going to try energy. Endeavoring to learn more of the technology I need to be more impactful in business. I have really resisted that. And I got to tell you, two very powerful people in that arena, both agreeing that, yep, let's move forward. Let me help you with that. Know them to be very high integrity. Both ghosted me. I mean, totally ghosted me. I haven't heard from either one of them since the end of November. And nothing bad happened. It is like I go to that and go, okay, what's here for me to learn? I need to learn this stuff myself. Now, December was not the time. December was a time for me to get my creative juices flowing. And so look inside yourself for what has gone on. Hindsight is 2020. It's always a great way to look back at things. But now is the time for us to begin to focus on, okay, what is the truth that I journeyed with in 2024 or 2023? What came through? What didn't work? What do I need to leave behind? And for me, it is powerless and ignorance about the business aspect and the technology aspect. The next card that came up is ceremony, invocation. Put some intention, some ceremony behind what it is you want to move forward with. And like, join me New Year's Eve. Come, I'm going to dress up. I'm going to have probably a glass of wine, the cards, and really just want to commune. And I'm going to bring through what the Council of 12, that is the group now I work with, which are several archangels and other energies, to guide us into 2024. It's going to be a year full of tumultuousness. We want to be in a place of power within us, meaning we're not easily shaken out of our belief system, and out on into fear. So do a ceremony. Join me on New Year's Eve. Do a different type of ceremony. Get with some gals. And this isn't just about right now. This is moving into January. One of the things in Boise, one of the people that I know and has a business, Paint and Sip, sort of, is doing a vision board on more than one date. And I am going to participate in that because why not? I mean, and the last vision board, I met some amazing women there that I didn't know, and a couple came with me that I did know, and we had an incredible time of creation. That's the important thing. So, how can you create? The next card that came up is embrace spirit. Really connect and make it a daily walk, not a okay, and now I get on my knees and I pray. And, this specific time, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready. Guide me. A connection that is a constant conversation with your higher power, inviting them continuously to come in, step in, give you hints and ideas and taps on the shoulder as you move along. That's a powerful way to live. And it isn't some people, well, I haven't heard this in so long, but I do remember when I was involved in church, "Well, that's just a crutch." It's like, yeah, maybe, but it's a crutch I intend to use to help me walk through this life more upright and more intact and more in joy and peace. And their opinion doesn't mean a damn thing to me. I could give a shit about what other people think about me. That is new. It does not cut me to the quick like it used to when people criticized me or disagreed with me. Um, and so I've done a lot of hiding throughout my life. That's the other thing I'm leaving behind. And that's a little scary. I mean, many of us light workers have been hiding for many, many reasons, partly because of what's happened to us in history and partly because of this life. So, again, what is it you want to leave behind this new year coming into it? And what do you want to embrace? Well, certainly embrace spirit, embrace your spiritual aspect, and invite all the powers in, because this is huge. Like we just talked about, the energy of creation really wants to flow through us. That is really, really where a very powerful energy for us lies, in that fueling that passion for creation. And remember, we are creating this life in every way, with our words, with our thoughts, with our guidance in the world. We're creating it. We can uncreate what we do not like. We can uncreate. We can't change the past, but we can embrace the future with a difference now, from a place of personal responsibility. All right, I brought this to me. What did I want when I created this and brought it here? How can I grow with this? What is here for me? And the more difficult, the greater the growth. And there are things in life. I mean, I go right to, as a container for grief, I always go to, Victoria, you could sound kind of flippant for those, to those mothers that have lost children. There's no flippancy here. To me, that is the greatest loss ever. And that was a big thing that I carried into this world, was collecting that and releasing that grief at this point, because it's an overwhelming grief. But still, when you stand in your power and go, okay, this is the worst fucking thing that's ever happened to me, and I hate every aspect of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glean every goddamn thing I can from it. I'm going to grow in every possible way. I am going to become more because of this huge, painful event in my life. Certainly, that puts you in a very different space. Doesn't mean it hurts less. It means it's not for nothing. I'm going to use this for my growth and to carry on whatever my child brought to me and through me. And certainly apply that to every area of difficulty, because that is where we really want to stand. The powers that were no longer have dominion over us, because we choose differently. One of the things about plant medicine, in all the history of it and the legality, the illegality, and why that would be, and all of that. One of the things about psychedelics is the psychedelic therapy research is showing that it takes, it's really powerful in helping PTSD and CPTSD, complex post traumatic stress disorder. And our veterans are very much in the forefront of these two conditions. It takes a number of sessions with therapy to have huge releases of these energies, because it begin, the psychedelics help heal the brain. Well, big pharma does not want a drug that you only need 4 or 5 times. They want a drug they can keep you on forever. Antidepressants and antipsychotics don't fix anything. They control the symptoms. So it is imperative we look to nature, to the plants that were given to us by Creator God, the universe, Gaia, all of that. Every drug pretty much started with a plant component. So, looking to more natural, and that's really what I'm creating, is a more natural way to help people move through their difficult times as well. The next card that came up was Love Without Condition. And that pure love and joy tool that I always teach about, I shed pure love and joy on situations you're worried about, people you may be having difficulty with. Set a timer, excuse me, for so many seconds or minutes, and shed pure love and joy. Get to that place of feeling love. So if you're lucky enough to be a grandparent, and you enjoy that love you feel for your grandchildren, the love for your pet, the love for your spouse, the love for your children, the love for Gaia, whatever makes your heart swell, makes you feel that love, then you shed pure love and joy on whatever you're working towards. And it can, again, be only to raise your vibration, because love is the highest vibration, fear is the lowest. So you can shed pure love and joy on the pictures on your wall, on the lamps, on the carpet, on the ceiling, on the sky, the clouds, the trees, the signpost, the mailbox. Everything is made of energy. It is a blessing to whatever you send it to, but it really is all about you doing your work of keeping your vibration higher. And this is going to be important in this next year, is you holding a higher frequency, because you're going to be going out and your frequency is shared with everybody you come within a few feet of. And so you're going to be a ripple effect, little high vibrational being, helping other people cope with what is happening and how they're going to respond to it. So, love without condition. And the whole point of that love, pure love and joy tool, is that as you practice that for any amount of time, within a couple of weeks, you realize you're in a place of greater self-love. So you are not in so much judgment of others, because you don't need to make yourself feel better. That's all that judgment does for us, is it elevates me above them. Like typically women will look at one another, oh God, I would never wear that outfit. I can't believe she put that on. And it's like, she's a size 4, I'm a size 14. I just might wear that outfit if I was a size 4 and had a body like that, but I could never wear that outfit and feel okay. So I'm going to put her down, because that'll make me feel better. Well, when you stand in more love and joy regularly, you don't need to make yourself feel better, because you love you more. And that's a powerful, powerful way to move through the world. And I invite you to breathe. In that plant medicine class, we talked about all the ways we use plants. We breathe in the byproduct every day. And, the trees choose. Plants have a consciousness. That has been shown in research. They choose to be here for us, to feed us, to interact with us, to help us heal. And so breathing is another technique to balance your energy. And I invite you to look on YouTube and choose one of the mini breathers on there that you can practice with. I do it pretty much every day. That is my meditation. in the Bible, it said, "Be quiet and know that I am God." The quiet is where we really get the communion. This monkey mind, this busy Gemini mind, does not get quiet very many ways. A breathwork exercise does help me focus on the now and what it is I'm doing now, and breathing and getting as quiet as I can. I invite you to look at one of those and decide which one you like best. I use different ones. Mainly Wim Hof is the one I use because he's just breathe in and out. Others choose different breathing techniques. I also like them, but I have settled into Wim Hof, and he has um, different levels of expertise in it. He has beginners and advanced, and I recommended this to a friend recently, and she came back. She said, I get lightheaded at about halfway through. It's like, lightheaded is okay. Stop, recover for a few seconds, then continue. Pretty soon, you don't get so lightheaded. And then there's a breath hold. And I can't do the 2-minute breath hold, but I do as much as I can. And I focus on what I choose to bring in and what I'm choosing to release as I do this breath work. Breathe in love, release self doubt. Breathe in love, release self doubt. Breathe in love, release I'm not enough. Breathe in love, breathe out I'm not enough. Whatever you're working on, whatever you want to shift in your life, breath work will really help. So, just a reminder, I will be live on my YouTube channel. I will put the link below this, and I invite you to join me New Year's Eve, 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and tune in, and I will pull a card for you. I'm going to do a guided forecast for 2024. I do believe it's going to be a month by month overview, and then throughout 24, as the month begins, I will be more specific for that month as to what we can expect. And I have no idea what that looks like. This just came to me this morning. Thank you, Michael, as to how I want to move through this new year and how I want to help you all move through this new year. So if this has helped you, given you any guidance, please share this, like it. I will put my YouTube channel in the comments below this, in the description. Please subscribe and like and share with your friends. My intention is to grow that. I'm actually meeting with some gentlemen by phone who say they can help me do that. And I am trusting myself to know, because I have two of them now that just approached me at the same time, very similar where they're from, which is not the US, and in what they are providing price-wise. So I am choosing to be guided through that so that I make the wisest choice and move forward with greater impact. And that is really my presence is going to grow in the world in 2024. That is my intention. I invite you to consider what you want to intend, what you want to let go. So I hope I see you on the 24th. Thanks for, the 31st. New Year's Eve, I will be on my YouTube channel at 4 p.m. and I will be there as long as I have people there that want a reading. So please share this out. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.